And welcome my fellow scouts back to a Napoleon Total War 3 4v4 battle replay. Today we are on the map HP 1807 Elan on the Frosty Plains today. Today's battle replay was sent to me by Hellfire Jack, who's commanding United Kingdom 1801 Egypt, I believe. His allies are Smasher and Blank, literally Blank again, emerges. We have Terminus Est as well. Their opponents today are Opscc, Basile, Mr. Baguette, and Personne, or Personne. With the factions here of his team, we have Russia 1805 to 1807. That is, I believe, Hellfire's army there. United Kingdom Egypt, as I said. We got over here, there are opponents. We'll come to them in a minute. Let's find the rest of the red team, hey? We got over there, United Kingdom 1812 Asia. It's the Kingdom of Saxony is the last red team player. Alright. Going for the blue team here. We saw them before, but they've mysteriously disappeared. Okay, here we go. We've got Wartenberg. Still can't find them on the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord faction list to show their strengths and weaknesses. I don't think I can find their flag. His allies today are France 1798, 1801 Orient. And that's still a 1798 player, getting dangerously close there to the United Kingdom USA. There's Wartenberg, and there's the other French player down there. 1796, Italia. We got the points. There are no points today, so it looks like this is a winner-take-all affair. And I can just sort of shadowing the French forces. What we got here? We got some Legion, some skirmishes, obviously. Legion Gluck. I think that'd be cold, wouldn't you? Alright, Wartenberg cavalry here getting absolutely slammed by artillery. He lost half their unit. It's just a few artillery strikes, but then again, Russia here is hammering them with 8 cannons. Is that 4 12-pounders? It is. We've got 8 12-pounder cannons here, and no wonder that unit was getting butchered the way it was. At relatively close range, too. Yeah, Wartenberg didn't really stand a chance. His army won't survive very long either. He's got to stay behind that town there for protection. Which means Russia and England need to go in and flush him out. Okay, France is gathering over here. United Kingdom USA looks like he's going to try and take it alone. It's hard to know if we have more than one of the Orient players over here. It's a little bit strange we've got some cavalry facing off against infantry. There is time for the infantry to stop, take aim and fire long before the cavalry smashes into them. So a head-on charge is ill-advised. Right now we're just being patient, guys. The players are sort of just feeling the other ones out. Or feeling each other out. You know, we've got the red team here with some skirmish. Well, cavalry acting as a perimeter fence almost. I think it's fair to say. We've got France here moving up in column formation. Potentially the cavalry can charge into these guys. France, they're turning on a dime. They did seem to be vulnerable there to United Kingdom and almost on cue. They got themselves out of that formation. You know, United Kingdom here has some artillery already set up. Let's have a look. What are they? 6-pounder crew, 3 cannons, not bad. But the Russian player should be able to target his 8 or his set of 12-pounders over here. Yeah, it looks like they're doing it. Yeah, Russia's firing this direction. Oh, actually I'm wrong about that. Oh, I saw multiple strikes. I thought Russia maybe was firing this way. He's trying to go after Wartenberg on the other side. The senator here is acting as an interesting shield. This is ironic. The dead is protecting the living. Literally. We've got 8 cannons firing in this one direction here, and this time not a single casualty suffered by Wartenberg. You'd think the Russian player would give up at this point. Turn his artillery to fire at France. I mean, surely he can have a line of sight of him from here. I mean, France is marching further to the right. This definitely opens up the artillery to him. But Russia refuses to fire in this direction. Russia's charged forth here. Both cavalry units are equally matched in terms of speed. There's no other nearby target there for Russia. Wartenberg taking refuge inside the town. He's got a couple of units over here though. As long as that Russian artillery stands, there's no way Wartenberg's getting close to the Russian player. Not if he stays put. Blue Tin Cab needs to go forth and shut down, knock out that artillery. Or he ain't going anywhere. If he tries, he's dead. No, we're gonna have a skirmish on skirmish battle. Caldwell Rangers. It's weird, isn't it, how the players set up the units to fire at each other with the giant ass hill between them. The angle's horrible for both players. They're just wasting ammunition. Surveying the battlefield once again. The Kingdom of Saxony is arriving with his cav. Most of the infantry is trying to get to the road, I reckon. Then he'll start marching up quicker towards the United Kingdom player. Apparently armies can move like twice as fast on roads, which makes sense. Okay, United Kingdom and Saxony stacking the deck over here. You got a few infantry divisions, all can form square. We've got one of the French generals here. The artillery could target the general. It's possible to take him out from there. Infantry is already formed square protecting the artillery. Only 6 men have been killed there. 1 casualty there. Nah, hold your fire, it's not worth it. Over here, United Kingdom is about to engage. France went up their whole army here. The United Kingdom USA doesn't look like they're ready for it. France seems to have caught him off guard a little bit. He's pulling back. So the artillery knocked down a crap ton of troops. Killed over 30 of these guys. United Kingdom not ready to take on these guys. Russia's moving over there with some reinforcements. So he just needs to hold out a little while. He can do it. Should be in range too. Must be just outside of their range. Thought they could be in range. Got some cavaliers. Those units are best suited for a general strike, artillery strike, you know. They move hard, they move fast, but once they're committed and surrounded, they'll break within seconds. So imagine you have a gun with one bullet. Use it wisely, you won't get another chance to use it again. Okay, 6-pounder here. Jeez. It's like we're almost right on the line there with the French. I don't think he needs to move much further with this artillery. He just leave a couple of infantry units just to cover these guys. And let them shoot horizontally straight into the Orient. No, England just playing for time at this point. Just waiting for Russia to arrive. Russia's confident that his artillery is safe. Now the Saxony cavalry and English cavalry, they're drawing a lot of the blue team's cavalry away here from the front, which does make the Russian artillery a bit more safer than they would be otherwise, and easier for the current cavalry units here to defend it. Blue team's kind of forced to shadow this force with a large number of their own cavalry if they want to stand a chance of defeating the red team when they charge in. It looks like Saxony's actually committing his forces. We've got some French infantry moving up. Saxony's going to stay away from them. We've got some artillery here instead of 8-pounders. Saxony charging in column formation. They got to watch out for that artillery. Jeez, where's the rest of it? England's practically ignoring the French infantry. That's close enough for the French infantry. You need to stop and just fire into them. Wartenberg sending over reinforcements. Saxony's done his best to approach his attack. Trying to cancel out the French infantry and artillery as best he can. Trying to keep the French cavalry between him and, well, the French infantry or French reinforcements. Okay, Saxony turning their attention here to the infantry. These guys can form a square here. We've got some light dragoons trying to go for the artillery. But England's got into it and is going to wipe it out. It's a pretty effective strike. They took out his general. We couldn't have hoped for better, that. And Saxony has his general over here too. So Saxony stacked a lot of his chips here in this basket right now. No, this is clearly what it looks like when the bet pays off. More often than not, we don't really see that kind of bet pay off. It's always kind of interesting when it works.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
When it does, the players look like they're geniuses. Oh, Russia kind of outnumbers France here. For now, anyway. We've got reinforcements coming in, of course. Russian artillery hammering the left flank of the French force. And these guys here should be able to go 2-on-1 here. Yeah, at that range, both armies are going to struggle. Again, the terrain is horrible. Over here, it's better suited for both armies. They've got a better line of sight to the other side. Or to each other. Minor casualties.
Our men are running, sir.
We've got some hosebed mounted rifles here. They were just knocked out by enemy artillery. Or, oh no, hang on. Maybe they were killed by friendly fire. It's highly possible that's what happened. The artillery is firing in this direction. Bit unlucky there for him. Okay, we've got the French Orient plane moving across. Russ is moving up with a few, well, one cavalry unit. He's going in. He's trying to take out the skirmishers, which are isolated and alone, and they're not going to get back to their army in time. Just chipping away. Wardenberg digging in the town, using the barricades to refortify his position. Okay, France moving on the attack. Seemed to be a good volley. Well, Russia's still well and truly in the fight. England has the opportunity here to outflank the French. These guys here, they're running. So England's doing his best here to run forward and try and catch the French out of position. And Russia's trying to move forward. So right now the plan could be for England to try and outflank the French force here, outflank the whole line, and force it to retreat at the same time the Russians move forward, and then shoot them in the back as they retreat. That's when armies tend to take the most casualties, when they're running away. And these movements are interesting here, it's creating a huge gap. We've got two English units here not doing anything right now. Now this whole army here, these other units need to move forward and try to catch the attention of this section of the French army. That way these two units here can wield right and shoot these guys. Meanwhile, the Kingdom of Saxony cavalry is moving around their enemy. Orient's moving some forces back here to re-engage him. England probably needs to get his men over here. And Saxony's going to regroup their forces. That's Francis Xavier, they can form square. He's got to stay away from them. The cavalry could charge forward there and straight into the flank of the French. Yeah, that's what I thought the English player here could do. England's getting pretty close here. And right now they're eager. They're running and they're eager. These guys are going to fire any second now. The French do seem to be able to fire faster. Yeah, so a few fall there, not too many. The French managed to link up their line here. It looked like both the English and Russians had successfully sort of carved a small gap there in the line. France has managed to plug it. Jeez, this Russian artillery is not having a good time. Must have overshot the whole infantry division. Or the whole army. The Kingdom of Saxony and England is getting ready to try and push the French out of the town there. Russians charging in with their cav across the ditch. France ignoring them. Oh no. Another Russian cav unit coming in. England sending over another cav unit to support them. Some mounted rifles, so they're back. More cav coming in. Heavy cav, no less. Wartenberg is in trouble. A mass chain rout is being triggered. Will we see the cav charge into the flank of the French? Yes, we will. But France forms square. Okay. England's slightly up against it here. Looks like French grenadiers here tried to charge into the English line but didn't make it. You see? France takes the most casualties. Any army takes the most casualties in retreat. We've got large sections of the blue lines here collapsing. Okay, with some dragoons. 2 units of dragoons. Different types, of course, but still. Good old dragoons. We got the Russian general here. The general here getting involved. Can Russia push him back? These guys here, they're broken. Wartenberg's moving in. Now we've got large sections of the Russian line here collapsing. Okay, we've got the English here trying to save Russia. Literally, sending in infantry and cavalry. Trying to drive back the French and Wartenberg. No, Russia's got to leave infantry here to try and fire on these French guys here to protect the English cavalry for a little bit longer. Okay, red team successfully broke the blue team's cav. It's time to pull out. Nicely trying to get some extra kills there. What's the plan now? Here comes Wartenberg. Okay, Russia just lost that unit then. Both sides are a little bit disorganized now in their attack. Yeah, it's just artillery. How's Saxony's fight going? I don't think it's even started yet. Oh, we got the English artillery lined up. So they're trying to target Wartenberg inside the town. No, they've managed to kill 13 men. That was really good there. Killed like 10 troops in that strike. Yeah, close to it. We've got an 8-pounder here from Saxony. But neither of them are firing on this building, this complex, which is heavily fortified. And very easy to defend. Right now it's still 52 minutes left on the clock. And we've got French troops with mounted rifles. They're no match for Saxony. We've got France here racing over some infantry, trying to help out. I don't know why Saxony's trying to pull out here. He could be trying to take out the French as the English troops advance. Well, once again, the red team taking their burden off the neck of the blue team, allowing them to breathe again. The French have the English here outnumbered, but then they're retreating, they're not advancing. England and Saxony just trying to spread themselves up as far as possible. Saxony keeping a couple units here probably in reserve, just to be deployed if and when they're needed. Possibly waiting for the artillery to be deployed on the left flank. But he doesn't want to get in too close, those troops in the building there can shoot him. Yeah, it's interesting to try and think about what Saxony could be waiting for. France just trying to shadow England for now. England needs to pursue the French infantry. Pursue them all the way to where the Saxony and English cav are. And at the same time the infantry engages the troops, that's when it's time to charge in the cavalry. Okay, it looks like we've got England and Saxony here initiating their attack. It's like there's some sort of delay as the enemy retreats. Why are they afraid to pursue him? We got a couple of French infantry units moving around this way, right in front of the English artillery. Okay, England is turning the artillery to target them. The Saxony artillery will probably target them as well. The artillery just took out a huge chunk of that line. The French artillery, that's French artillery right there. Where's he shooting at? Not the target you want to go for. Luckily we've got some Highlanders here covering them. Jeez, they needed that cover. The French infantry has almost engaged the artillery crews. I don't think the cavalry was needed. I reckon the artillery there could have fired. So why are the English troops pulling away so far from the artillery? They're meant to be protecting that. Saxony and England a little bit disorganised here, which the French can benefit greatly from. Got Saxony Cav there. Where's he going? There's just infantry here, I believe. The artillery there is broken. Landwehr. No, he's pulling away. He's trying to go after the Wartenberg general. Don't think he sees it coming, or does he? General Stark getting carved up, being pushed towards the Saxony infantry. The poor general doesn't know where to go. There's no safe place for him. And the Saxony Cav have begun their charge. Saxony horde trying to sweep over Wartenberg here. The general getting away. Okay, the attack once again was a success. He did it again. Putting France in a highly vulnerable position. Saxony is comfortable standing where he is right now. The artillery fire on the building, or no, it's just continue to fire into the infantry for now. So we got some intense combat there down further on the line. On both sides there, got a lot of bodies falling. England has France outnumbered here with cav reinforcements behind. England doesn't need to toy with him. All these 5 units should just move in. Engage the French by the belt buckle. At the same time, the two cavalry units run around. It's only a short run, and slam into them from behind. Thus taking out the entire force in the area here. The French trying to keep their armies alive. Wartenberg was dug in, but Saxony has forced him out of his hidey hole. And he has moved up to try and support his ally. I think that's the main reason he abandoned his highly defendable position. Okay, no artillery strikes so far on the building. Here comes England, USA. So trying to force everyone back. Saxony has a crap ton of cavalry left over. The blue team does not. In a way, we've got actually Russia and England trying to push the French Orient here right into Wartenberg. But these units here need a whole ass. And stop them from forming a larger line across. England's staying out of the street fight for now. Okay, England's lines, you've got some English troops here retreating from the line.
Our men are running, sir.
England retreats, it will force Saxony to retreat. England needs to try to hold his ground here. He's got to protect Saxony's flank. Saxony has the right flank covered. He's really relying on England here to hold his left. Alright guys, looks like Russian artillery there was all wiped out, all the 12 pounders. Must have been before the blue team ran out of cav. No, Russia was victorious here. Yeah, there they go. Routed, broken. Broken. Well, that confirms that. Who's charging in now? Ah, Saxony trying to repeat history. He's got to be careful now. He's done the same thing twice already. It's hard to believe the blue team falling for it a third time. Chasseurs continue to try and charge through. What are they going after? Okay, Hellfire's got 2 cav units behind enemy lines. Try and target the most vulnerable of the units. And it's worked. He's carved the Wartenberg force in 2. He's not done. England and Saxony trying to kill all the units that have formed square already. Time to run. You gotta stop walking. It's time to run. Lines here getting thinned out quite a bit.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, blue team doesn't have enough troops to hold back the red. That's not even taking into account all the cavalry over here. Just gotta keep pressing. Just gotta pile on the pressure. France seeking refuge in the streets. Saxony is not charging towards the Wartenberg French lines over here. Which is a little bit interesting. Okay, got French troops there breaking, can't handle it anymore. Ah, geez, the cat's getting closer, but he's not attacking just yet. Push forward, England, push forward. In this direction. Turn your troops on a dime, head straight towards Wartenberg. Saxony and Russia will take care of the rest. He's got to force Wartenberg here to pick a side and then hammer him immediately from the other. Yes, the Cavs in firing range for sure, but they target. No, they're walking. They're walking into battle. There you go. Now they're running. Okay, the outcome was never in doubt. Of that battle, of course.
We have killed their general, sir.
Okay, another general there to fall. Opscc this time. Killed by Saxony, or possibly Russia. One of the two. Alright, England has engaged while Saxony tries to sneak in and come out behind the French over here. Still nothing. The red team refuses to do any damage to that building whatsoever, despite having a lot of artillery in the area, at least up until now. There's a huge bloody fight for this building, I tell you what. Geez, Saxony's so close to the French. We've got a small engagement. Saxony does have the French outmaneuvered here. But damn, the French player was fast. I thought Saxony had him easy long before France was able to form up there. Okay, gunners and artillery. Hammering these guys from both sides. Okay, it was... France looked like he was doing alright there. It was 3 on 2, now it's 3 on 5. At least. Oh, England's already charged in from nowhere. It's English cav there. French troops just guarding that building. The red team is surrounding them. They've pretty much isolated the entire force here to this one building now. Okay, this is the last unit I think to almost fall. The blue team's occupying 2 buildings in this city right now. Okay. 1 building down, 1 to go.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, Saxony's trying to enter the building. This is the blue team's last stand right here. Now they try and now their artillery is targeting the building. It's almost like some of them are pikemen. Long tip spears here. That's it, we're finished here. And victory to Hellfire Jack and the rest of his team. He got Smasher here, 1020. Hellfire Jack, 1261. No Name, 1867. And Terminus Est on 2194. Well done, mate. Opscc, 641. Basile, 853. Mr. Baguette, 717. And Personne, 719. Okay, top performances there were the Mamaliks, Abraham, 271. Dragoons, 205. 165 and 105. And Richard Lambert, Coldstream, 100. The rest of the units here got under 100 kills and ranged from poor to good. Gone back up. And that is that. So thank you to Hellfire Jack for sending me the replay. If you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, guys, the methods of contacting me with are in the video description below. Do not miss them. This is Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, guys. Catch you in the next Total War battle.